back to order coming out of the executive session on personnel. That brings us to item 14, personnel items. 14A, B, C, D, E, and F. These items have been on the agenda, they've been properly publicized. So unless I hear an objection, these are the recommendations. We have a separate sheet that we've looked at. Unless I hear an objection from any board members, I think we can deal with 14A through F together at one time. Any objection? Okay. The chair moves that this board approve personnel item recommendations presented to this board under 14A, B, C, D, E, and F, presented to us by the superintendent. We accept it.
Second.
Motion on the floor of the chair, second by Mr. McBride, that the board approve items 14A, B, C, D, E, and F under personnel recommendation to us by the superintendent. Is there any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. Superintendent Warner, 4 votes in the affirmative, approves items 14A through F, your recommendations on personnel.
Okay.
Going to the back page, chair moves that the board pull out Jody Weichel for consideration separately. May I have a second?
I'll second.
There is a motion by the chair, seconded by Mr. Brogan, that we pull Jody Weichel out for consideration separately. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstaining. That move is pulled out, 4 votes in the affirmative. Vice President Farley, if you don't mind, if you want to leave the room on this and close the door, we'll send for you as soon as we finish that. It'll just be a moment. We have a recommendation here by the superintendent of professional personnel. Superintendent recommends Jody Weichel, substitute teacher, pending documentation, certification, substitute permit, paid for with accounting. Chair moves we approve that recommendation of the superintendent.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor with the chair, seconded by Mr. Brogan, that we approve superintendent's recommendation on Jody Weichel. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. 3 votes in affirmative, and the recommendation for Jody Weichel has been approved. Okay, unless there's any objections, we will deal with the rest of the presentations by the superintendent with recommendations together. Any objections?
That's fine.
Okay. Professional personnel, superintendent recommends the following. We have a recommendation for Marty Mann, Nancy Lilly, Connie Richmond, Christy Allen, Kenneth Lester, Justin Pugh, and Megan Weichel.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
These are recommendations that have been properly posted, and these recommendations are made by the superintendent.
Did you also
Did you
get
say
Josh Evans?
Josh Evans?
Did I miss that? I apologize. Thank you. Josh Evans, excuse me. Okay. Chair would entertain a
I'll
motion.
make a motion that we accept the superintendent's recommendations.
I'll second.
There's a motion for Mr. Brogan, seconded by Vice President Farley. This board accept the recommendation of the superintendent on the previously read personnel based on his recommendation. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained. Those have been approved, Superintendent Ward. Item 15, Superintendent's report.
My report is going to be real short due to a long meeting tonight. The governor made a statement the other day of going back to school for 9 through 12, 5 days a week. What we'll do is we need to get ready for that, and our situation is a little bit different than the average school system due to the fact that we moved in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. What I would like to see happen is moving back those kids full-time on April 6th. That'll be the day after Easter break. Then what will happen is those kids will go back to school full-time 5 days a week starting April 6th. And when you look at the days that are left in the school year at that time, that building will have 39 days with students in the building, with 9 through 11 being there. The seniors will actually have 29 days left. So basically you have 29 days a month for the seniors, and then 10 more days for the 9 through 11 students. That's what it's going to be like. The other thing is, I need to do an all call right after the meeting tonight to let parents know. I know it's a little later, but we did find out today with an email from the State Department that if you have a kid in your household that's a 16, 17, or 18-year-old, that they can get a vaccine, and so can the family, the parents. That's good for us to get more vaccines out. I talked to Chad Metter about it because he didn't know that was coming, but I said, we can work with the local health department. Can I work with you and I'll help you out? And he said that'd be fine. If you do an all call to the parents and make it kind of vague right now, because we don't know exactly what time that we're going to do it, but we're shooting for the week after Easter break as well. So we're going to look at one of those days to vaccinate our county. That's a lot of people now to get vaccinations. So if you're a 16, 17, 18-year-old and you'd like to have your child vaccinated, the parents need to accompany that child unless they write a note. I'll get more details on that later, but working with Chad and the health department, we'll do it at the I about said the Home Depot, the train depot, and we'll work together on that to make sure our county can get as many vaccines out there as we possibly can. I don't know which shot it is, guys. I just know that I need to have the parents start calling in tomorrow to the school and say, we're interested and we'll sign you up.
My wife works there, so I can speak most of the time. They got the Pfizer, and it's not as apt to make you sick.
Okay. Well, then that would be good news then. So that's good news on that side. The other thing is, I handed to you all what was given to us by the state superintendent. He let us know that the governor has told us to go back to school. That's his directive to all the superintendents in the state of West Virginia. And he let us know that alphabetical order, you have in front of you what every county is going to receive on the third round of, for lack of a better term, I'm going to call it CARES Act or COVID money. We just spent our $900,000 that was supposed to last 2 years, but they told us hurry up and spend it because you're going to get more money. We got $3.4 million heading our way in the second round, and now this third stimulus that just went through, we're going to get $8.1 million. We could possibly get more money on top of that. I'm not trying to do that to give everybody to say, yay, we won the lottery. There's a lot of strings attached to that. So just to let you guys know, they did give us some ideas on how you can use the money. There's community schools. We're doing that for next school year. HVAC, we're doing that. All HVAC's been updated with the ionization except for Jumping Branch, and we're going to do that replacement this summer. It says building improvements. That comes with some serious strings attached to it. Summer and after school programs, you heard about that tonight. Special ed services, where you catch up services, extra supports including contracted therapy, additional staffing. We've worked on that already. Virtual school expenses, we've been using it for that. Expanded career exploration and CTE in the middle school, doing that as well. And child nutrition expenses, been doing that as, where does she, okay, there you are, sorry. So we have done a lot of the things that they are telling us we're allowed to do. You see, it's not a long laundry list. There are a lot of strings attached to this, and so we're just trying to move through that. We are going to continue to still buy supplies to keep the facilities clean. We are purchasing, I call it for lack of better terms, Zambonis in the schools where you clean the floors. That will help with a lot quicker and a lot better, a lot cleaner. We're buying all kinds of cleaning products to keep the facilities as clean as we possibly can without having that weird odor smell like you do at a swimming pool, that chlorine smell, because at some point cleaning too much can cause that smell to it. So I think our staff has been doing a great job. This year's been a year like none other, but we're not out of the woods yet. We still need to keep wearing our masks, keep our hands clean, and CDC has now given different guidelines in the school. We're getting less and less social distancing with CDC guidelines, and that still doesn't mean that we just quit. We got to still follow through and keep moving forward, because there are variants out there, and our neighbors beside us, I know Raleigh County and Fayette have been dealing with some COVID issues, and I know one of the two counties does have a variant from the UK. So we can't just let off the gas pedal right now. We got to keep moving forward. So that's my quick report on that. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them with this more COVID money questions if you have any.
Just real quickly, was that a directive of the governor with the 9-12 school attendance?
That was the directive from him, and then in our phone call that we had with the state superintendent, had some of the people from the central office staff here. You can ask them. Mr. Birch is very, very clear that we are going to follow the governor's orders.
But we don't need to act upon that. You've already got a directive. That's good.
Yeah, because right now you have everybody going back except for the high schools now. And I think their issue why they want us to go back is the high school students they're getting studies back that the high school students, if anybody gets COVID, it's because it's through either outside the school environment. But here's the problem where it's not outside the school environment. Our athletics has been a little bit of a glitch there with passing COVID during athletic events. So we got to really keep an eye on that as we move forward, not to just let up with our athletics, because we've done a pretty good job in this county with the mitigation strategies that we already have.
Okay, I don't have anything regarding the next agenda. Does anybody else?
Inquiring minds want to know how you feel the SBA presentation went.
I can handle that.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was in a, for 10 minutes,
You're pretty involved.
I think I went into a coma and just spewed a bunch of data, and then I woke up and it was done. So you had these two that were here.
Ms. Crook can attest to this. The superintendent did a very, very excellent professional job in his presentation. He was spot on, to the point. He did it within the time. I saw a lot of heads nodding. No promises, but I saw a lot of heads nodding. He was well received. I had some people after the meeting come up to him and said, your superintendent did a really good job, and he's doing a good job for you all. So everything I got was positive. I want to thank Mr. Lester. That was a very good thing you put together on the visuals, and I think it did a good job. But would you agree with everything I said, Mr. Cruz?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was very good. So that's what you need to know on that. And we're supposed to know April 19th.
April 19th. Now this is where I do want more money to come our way, because the strings attached there are a brand new addition to a facility that we so need right now.
Vice President
Yeah.
Farley, you're on.
I make a motion, we adjourn. The time is now 8:49.
We did pretty